Okay, so listeners want us to talk about Solana.
Sounds good.
Specifically, this AMB crypto article we saw
Okay.
that claims Solana flips Ethereum with a question mark.
All right.
So let's dive into this supposed flippening and
Yeah.
see if it's cracked up to be.
You definitely got your finger on the pulse with this one.
Really?
Yeah, this has been causing quite a stir.
Okay, so the article highlights that Solana has surpassed Ethereum in 7-day DX volume.
Right.
That's $11.8 billion for Solana versus $9.2 billion for Ethereum.
Yeah, and it's not just about the numbers themselves, you know?
Okay.
It's what that volume represents.
Okay.
DX, or decentralized exchange volume, is like taking the platform's pulse.
Okay.
It shows us where the action is, where people are putting their money.
So does this mean people are ditching Ethereum for Solana?
Well, it's tempting to see it that way.
Yeah.
And while a volume flip is significant, it doesn't mean game over for Ethereum.
Right.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Okay.
For instance, Ethereum has had its share of challenges with gas fees, those pesky transaction costs that everyone complains about.
Right. Because Solana is known for its lower fees.
Exactly, and that's likely a big factor driving some users, especially frequent traders, towards Solana-based DXs.
That makes sense. But the article also mentions Solana's price currently at $153.09
Okay?
and points to a key resistance level at $163.66.
Right, and that resistance level, that's key.
Oh,
Imagine it like a wall that traders are watching.
okay.
If Solana breaks through that $163.66 mark, it could trigger a rally.
So it's not just about slowly climbing up. It's about breaking through and then potentially skyrocketing.
Exactly, and a break like that often attracts more buyers, further fueling the price increase.
Wow. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy then.
It can be, yeah.
The article also mentions some technical indicators like RSI and MACD, but to be honest, those always sound a bit like alphabet soup to me.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they're not as complex as they sound.
Okay.
Take RSI, for example. It stands for Relative Strength Index, and it basically tells us if an asset is overbought or oversold.
So is Solana looking overbought right now?
Well, the article mentions an RSI of 52.31, which suggests a fairly neutral position.
Okay.
It's neither overbought nor oversold, indicating there's room for movement in either direction.
Interesting. So what about that other one, the MACD?
That stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence.
Okay.
Without getting too technical, it helps traders spot shifts in momentum.
And what's the MACD whispering about Solana?
It's hinting at some potential bullish strength building.
Okay.
Not a guarantee of a surge, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay, so we've got this DAX volume flip, Solana's price action at a crucial point, and technical indicators giving mixed signals.
Right.
But the article also mentioned something about whales, which sounds a little ominous.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
But in this case, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Whales are simply individuals or entities holding massive amounts of cryptocurrency.
So like the big fish in the crypto sea. Okay. And the article highlights that these whales are currently controlling a significant portion of the stablecoin supply,
How much?
a whopping 57.07%.
Wow. Why is that significant?
Well, stablecoins are like the safe haven of crypto,
Okay.
pegged to more stable assets like the US dollar.
Right.
When whales accumulate stablecoins, it often suggests they're gearing up for a big move,
Interesting.
potentially buying into an asset they believe is about to surge.
So they're like coiled springs ready to pounce.
Precisely.
Wow.
And that's why traders often interpret large stablecoin holdings among whales as a bullish signal.
So is this a sign that these whales are betting big on Solana?
It's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
Remember, these are sophisticated players who often have their fingers on the pulse of the market.
Right.
Their actions can provide valuable insights into where they believe the market might be heading.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. But the article also mentions something called liquidations. And frankly, that sounds a little scary.
It can seem that way, but it's actually a normal part of the crypto market. Okay.
Especially in the world of leverage trading.
Leverage trading. Okay, you're losing me a bit.
Think of it like this. With leverage, traders are essentially borrowing funds to amplify their bets.
Okay.
It's like using a megaphone to amplify your voice.
Yeah.
But in this case, it amplifies both profits and losses.
So higher risk, higher reward.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, liquidation happens when a trader doesn't have enough funds to cover their position as the price moves against them.
Oh.
Their bet goes sour and they're forced to sell.
Ouch. So what does the article say about liquidations related to Solana?
It highlights a significant amount of long positions.
So bets that the price of SOL will go up.
Yeah, that's right. Bets that the price of SOL will go up being liquidated in the past 24 hours.
And how much are we talking?
We're talking $348.39 compared to just $70 or $2K in shorts.
So a lot more people were betting on Solana's price to go up, and when it didn't. Liquidation City.
You got it.
Wow.
This could suggest a few things.
Like what?
Perhaps some traders were overly optimistic, got caught up in the hype, and over-leveraged themselves.
So a reality check for those who thought it was a guaranteed ticket to the moon.
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's also important to remember that liquidations are a natural part of a volatile market like crypto.
So not necessarily a red flag for Solana itself, but more a reminder that leverage can be a double-edged sword.
Exactly. It highlights the importance of risk management and avoiding getting swept up in the hype.
Right.
Now, speaking of market sentiment, the article also mentions a surge in open interest for SOL,
Okay.
which has increased by 2.26% to reach $2.45 billion.
Okay, before we go any further, remind me what open interest means again.
Of course.
Oh?
Open interest essentially measures the total value of outstanding futures contracts for a particular asset.
Okay.
In this case, it tells us how much money is currently locked into active SOL futures contracts.
Futures contracts. Okay, break that down for me.
Essentially, a futures contract is an agreement to buy or sell an asset, in this case SOL, at a predetermined price on a future date.
Got it. So what does this surge in open interest for SOL tell us?
It suggests that traders are increasingly betting on Solana's future price movements.
Okay.
A high open interest like we're seeing now generally indicates heightened anticipation and the potential for increased volatility.
So more action, more potential for big swings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that brings us to a crucial point.
Which is?
While Solana is generating excitement with its recent performance and technological advancements,
Yeah.
it's also essential to remember that the crypto market is inherently volatile.
Okay, that's a lot to digest already, and we're just getting started.
Right.
We've covered Solana's impressive DX volume compared to Ethereum,
Yeah.
the potential price implications of breaking through that $163.66 resistance level,
Right.
those fascinating whales and their stablecoin strategies, the realities of liquidations in a leveraged trading environment, and the significance of that open interest surge.
It's a lot to unpack, for sure.
It is.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
I bet.
But I think it's important to pause here and consider the bigger picture.
Okay, so we've gone pretty deep on the technical stuff, but let's pull back for a sec.
Sure.
Say you're someone who's heard about crypto,
Right.
but you're not ready to be swimming with the whales.
Okay.
What does this Solana surge actually mean for you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it gets to the heart of why we're doing this deep dive.
Okay.
For the everyday person, this Solana situation is a perfect example of how quickly things can change in crypto.
It seems like just yesterday, everyone was talking about Ethereum, and now Solana's stealing the show.
Exactly. It highlights the importance of staying informed
Yeah.
and not assuming that today's leader is tomorrow's winner.
Right.
This constant evolution is part of what makes crypto so exciting.
Oh, yeah.
But it also requires a degree of awareness and caution.
So it's not just about picking one horse and sticking with it no matter what.
Not necessarily diversification is key, especially in a market as dynamic as crypto.
Okay.
This doesn't mean Solana is going to disappear tomorrow,
Right.
or that Ethereum has been far from it.
Yeah.
Ethereum has a proven track record and a vast ecosystem.
Sure.
But Solana is shaking things up, making a name for itself.
For sure.
Absolutely. And that's why this is so interesting.
Okay.
If you're intrigued by the potential of decentralized finance,
Like?
things like lending gaming,
Oh.
even how we verify our identities,
Yeah.
then Solana's surge is a big deal.
Because it could mean that these applications, these revolutionary ideas, become more accessible, more widespread.
Exactly. Solana's focus on speed and low fees makes it a very attractive platform for developers,
Okay.
building the next generation of decentralized applications.
So almost like a vote of confidence from both developers and users.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
It's a signal that people are excited about what Solana offers
Yeah.
and believe in its potential to disrupt the status quo.
Right. But as with any investment, it's crucial to do your own research.
Oh, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Because what works for one person, or one whale for that matter, might not be the right fit for everyone.
Exactly. Don't just take our word for it or even what this AMB crypto article suggests.
Yep.
Dig deeper.
Right.
Look at the project, understand its goals, and see if it aligns with your own beliefs and risk tolerance.
So it's about looking beyond the headlines and forming your own conclusions.
Precisely, read opinions from different analysts.
Yeah.
Explore Solana's website, delve into the specifics of their technology,
Okay.
and maybe even try using some of the applications built on their platform.
Get your hands dirty, experience it firsthand.
Now you're talking.
Okay.
The more you understand the technology, the more informed your decisions will be.
Right.
And that's what this is all about, empowering you with the knowledge to navigate this exciting but often complex world of crypto.
Okay, so we've talked about what this Solana situation means for the average person.
Right.
But I'm curious to zoom out even further. Where does this flippening leave Ethereum?
Right.
Is this the start of a new era in DeFi, or is Ethereum going to make a comeback?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And
Yeah.
to be honest,
Yeah.
there's no crystal ball here.
Right.
But we can look at the facts and make some educated guesses.
Okay.
Ethereum is still the biggest fish in the DeFi sea,
Okay.
with a massive first-mover advantage and a vast network of developers and users.
They were the pioneers after all.
Exactly, and they're not standing still.
Okay.
Ethereum is undergoing major upgrades, like the move to a proof-of-stake consensus mechanism,
Right.
which is designed to address some of its limitations, like those high gas fees we talked about earlier.
So they're aware of the challenges and actively working to overcome them.
Absolutely, and that's why this is such a fascinating time in the crypto space.
Yeah.
We've got this exciting new player in Solana challenging the status quo,
Right.
and we've got Ethereum, the established giant, evolving and adapting. It's a classic battle for dominance, and only time will tell who comes out on top.
Okay, so we've got a real head-to-head here.
We do.
But let's not forget about all the other players in the DeFi space.
Right.
What impact, if any, could this Solana-Ethereum showdown have on the broader crypto landscape?
That's a great point. This isn't just a two-horse race.
Right.
The whole DeFi space is watching this unfold,
Yeah.
and it's pushing everyone to innovate and improve.
Okay.
Think of it like a rising tide that lifts all boats.
So competition breeds innovation.
Exactly. And that's ultimately a good thing for users.
Right.
The more options we have, the more power we have as consumers.
Yeah.
This competition encourages developers to create more efficient, user-friendly, and secure platforms.
Okay.
And that benefits everyone in the long run.
It's like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Precisely. And that's the beauty of this decentralized world. It's
Okay.
not about one platform winning at all costs. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible and creating a more open, accessible, and equitable financial system for everyone.
Okay, I'm convinced this Solana situation is about so much more than just a few numbers on a screen.
It is.
It's about the future of finance, the power of innovation, and the potential for real change.
You got it. And that's why it's so important to stay informed, ask questions, and engage in these conversations.
Right.
The future of finance is being written right now,
Yeah.
and we all have a role to play in shaping it.
This has been quite the deep dive, to say the least.
It has.
We've gone from Solana's DX volume surge to whale watching to the future of decentralized finance itself.
And it really underscores how dynamic the crypto space really is.
For sure.
What seems like just a blip one day could signal a major shift the next.
Absolutely.
Right.
So as we put a pin in this discussion,
Okay.
what are the key takeaways you hope our listener is walking away with today?
Well, first, I hope they have a clear understanding of why this flippening matters.
That's-
It's not just about Solana surpassing Ethereum in one metric.
Right.
It's about the potential power shift it represents.
Okay.
Solana is challenging the status quo, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of decentralized finance.
Right. And that even if they're not chasing every pump and dump, this kind of market activity impacts the entire crypto ecosystem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Second, I hope our listener is inspired to dig deeper.
Okay.
Don't just take this article, or our analysis for that matter, at face value.
Right.
Explore different perspectives, understand the technology, and form your own conclusions.
Because ultimately, it's about making informed decisions that align with your own beliefs and risk tolerance.
Precisely. And finally, I hope this deep dive has sparked a sense of curiosity and excitement.
Okay.
The world of crypto is constantly evolving,
Yeah.
and that's what makes it so thrilling.
Right?
Stay informed, engage with the community, and who knows, you might just be part of the next big thing.
I like that. So to leave our listener with something to ponder, let's go back to that million-dollar question. If you had to place a bet on the future of DeFi, would you put your money on the established player Ethereum or the rising star Solana?
That is the question everyone's asking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if I had a crystal ball, I'd be on a beach somewhere, sipping something tropical instead of having this fascinating conversation with you.
Right, right. But you must have some thoughts.
Of course.
Okay.
Both platforms have their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Ethereum has that first mover advantage, a vast network and ongoing development.
And Solana.
Solana has speed, scalability, and a growing ecosystem.
So it's a tough call.
It really is. But here's the thing.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be an either scenario.
Oh,
The beauty of DeFi is that it's not a zero-sum game.
I see.
Both Ethereum and Solana can coexist,
Yeah.
each catering to different needs and preferences.
So maybe the real question isn't who will win, but rather how will this competition shape the future of finance?
Now you're thinking, because ultimately it's the users, the everyday people who stand to benefit the most from this innovation and competition. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and as always, happy investing.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Until next time, folks.